Good morning. This is Tracy, a political atheist. It is 11:47 down by the lake, and it is quiet except for the wind, obviously. The birds are active, the fish are going. So let's talk about, yes, the nuclear plant you're going to see in a minute is going as well. I'd rather have nuclear energy than green energy any day of the week. It's reliable. Just saying, people. So we're going to talk about the meeting last week between Trump and Xi in China. Think about the people who went over with Trump. It wasn't only like diplomats. It was people who represented some of the most powerful parasitic companies in this country. Meta, Oracle, Palantir, oh god, some of these other ones I can't think of right off the top of my head. But you get the general idea. There was Marco Rubio and Stephen Miller, aka Joseph Girls 2.0. I swear to God, they look so much alike. Anyway, you ever read the New Confessions of an Economic Hitman? Oh, good morning, little bird. Oh, you're so cute. The book tells how Kermit Roosevelt, grandson of Franklin Roosevelt, started corporatizing this government. Well, I would say that started after the Federal Reserve was created in the early 1900s. Remember, there was only 3 men that was a block for that, and they died on the Titanic, conveniently. Yeah, there's one for you go. There's a rabbit hole for you to go down. But anyway, ever since the Federal Reserve was established, you and I have not been able to run for a seat to a government. We definitely had no chance of getting it one after the Balfour Declaration was passed. That we established Israel and Palestine. Now I'm getting back to my point here. Because think about all the people that went with Trump on the bullying tour to Beijing. That's what it was. It was an attempt to bully Beijing into doing what they want. Well, I don't think it's going to happen because they have not announced anything at all that was accomplished from this meeting. And we know Trump's full of shit. He lies. If he's breathing, he's lying, okay? Every breath you take is bullshit. There we go. Oh my god. I'm not fucking pissing people off. I don't really care. Now, we spent last week with American, formerly Ukraine, blowing up the old oil refineries from the Soviet Union. As if Gazprom is going to use those. Not likely. Why else would they be left as an easy target? Unless they're not being hit at all. And it's all theatrical bullshit as usual in this country, this government. So you gotta think about every angle of a story and ask who, what, where, when, why, and how. So when I look at it, none of that makes sense. Because if they take out Gazprom, they're going to be taking the butter off the bread of Russian diplomats. You take Gazprom directly, and you're playing with fire, my friends. And they will light this shithole up in D.C. It is. Here's my thought about this bullying tour of Beijing. I don't think it's not going to work. Because there's a meeting this week between Xi President Putin. Now, personally, what I would like to see happen is an oil line be developed going from like Siberia through North Korea into Manchuria, Mongolia, and into China. Because China still has those two countries, Manchuria and Mongolia, as part of the World War II settlement with Japan. Because Japan invaded China and did a lot of really awful shit. Kind of like we're doing in the Middle East now. And pretty much all over the world. Now, something else that happened this week, and a lot of people are not talking about, is Trump actually said he does not think about the struggles of Americans. When you compare it to Iran has nukes. First of all, I've heard this before. Oh yes, George W. Bush stood at the site of 9/11 and said, "We know that Osama bin Laden orchestrated 9/11." I haven't seen any evidence. Zero. None. Then in 2003, Colin Powell sat in front of Senate and Congress in America and along the world with a vial of water colored to look like anthrax. And he said, "We know Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction." We believe he does. No evidence to this day. Zero. Because most people have forgotten that. Their attention span of a pissant's life. But there's never been any evidence of any of it. Since the early 90s, Netanyahu has been saying, whining and complaining like a little bitch that he is, that Iran is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years from having a nuke, which I've never seen evidence they even have a plant to process it. And from now on, if you can't show me, if you cannot provide evidence that the Lord himself would convict somebody, I'm not going to believe a word you say. That's just the bottom fucking line at this point. I don't care who that offends. Because here we are, again, they're going after Cuba. What was it George Carlin said? If you have a nation full of black or brown people, we'll bomb your ass. We'll drop democracy bombs on you. Yeah. Apparently, Cuba, the narrative this week is Iran and Cuba are working together. And somebody's got to help these poor people on that island. Lord have mercy. Somebody's got to help them. Russia can't carry all the weight. China can't carry all the goddamn weight. We're so busy making life as fucking miserable as possible for these poor people. And have been since they kicked out Batista, the little lap bitch. See, when you dare to take your country back, when peasants dare to take their country back, this is what happens. If they get sanctioned, they get called terrorists. They are blackballed. They're not even allowed to have chicken and rice and beans, for Christ's sake. However, American corporate businesses can have hotels on their island and not give the people a dime. When we go to Cuba, recently Hassan Piker went to Cuba, and it came out that you had to sign an affidavit of the State Department that you will not support the Cuban people. Well, fuck you, I ain't supporting you. American government. I'm not supporting you. What goes on there is none of our business. What's going on in Iran is none of our business. Never was, never should have been made our business. Whatever the fuck's going on, hey, we got our own problems and glass houses. We got our own fascist dictator shit right here. Our own president does not think about our struggles when compared to Israel's safety. Israel is on the other side of the country. They are making their own problems. Their problems are their own making, are their government's making. Our problems are our problems. They are our making. Now, I know that ain't gonna be popular either. And you might want to grab your phone and have 911 on speed dial. I don't give a flip-flying fuck if Lebanon drops Tel Aviv to the goddamn sea. I don't give a flip-flying fuck. Maybe some of the misery over there will stop. Now, I'm not being anti-Semitic. I said nothing about their faith. I said nothing about their race. Drop their government to the sea. And boy, are you gonna see a difference. Kick out the goddamn gringos. Kick them out of your area of the world. You will see a turnaround quickly. Round up all their lap bitches like Jelani. Boy, will you see a difference in that area. That Greater Israel Project will die in the fucking dust. Where it belongs. The idea of one nation dominating a whole area is disgusting. It is exactly what Hitler did. Get your phone from 911 because I just steamrolled your toes again. I don't care. I am fed up with the bullshit getting shoved down our throats. Our loved ones get sick from chemical weapons like Agent Orange that I was exposed to. I personally had medical problems because of. And look at Gulf War vets, they have issues too. The ones that are exposed to white phosphorus gas that we give governments use, by the way. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not expect this country to last much longer. Now, there's still going to be your peons, your brain dead fucking zombies that will support a president no matter what they do. So that brainwashed and stupid, they should be listed as terminally stupid and put in an insane asylum somewhere. Those people are just completely hopeless. But the rest of us that see this, we see this. We see you, government. And we also understand the second paragraph, the Declaration of Independence, does give us the right to abolish government when it imposes on our liberties. I think Thomas Jefferson said, if you're willing to trade security, freedom for security, you deserve neither. He was right. We traded too much of our freedoms and our liberties for security based on bullshit lies. During the 60s, it was the communists were going to come over from Vietnam. They never come over. Or they wouldn't come up from Cuba. Newsflash, they were already fucking here. They were already here. So I'm going to end this, and we will meet back next week. Now, I'm taking Saturday and Sunday for 2 bullshit-free days. I look at this stuff Monday through Friday, so I can come back and share my take on Monday. But I'm telling you, I need 2 bullshit-free days. Holy mother of God. I'll see you guys next Monday.